A lot of people are saying the new Tesla Model Y is merely a cosmetic update. But is that actually true? Well, I've owned the new Model Y Juniper for 1 month now, so I'll go over the good, the bad, and the ugly truth of whether it's actually worth buying or not worth it at all. Stick around to find out.
This is our new Tesla Model Y Juniper that goes for $59,990 because it's the launch series edition. And because of that, it has the acceleration boost built in of 4.1 seconds 0 to 60. And now if you get the long range all-wheel drive or the launch series, you will get 327 miles of estimated range. Now if you do get the launch series, Tesla really wants you to know you have it. Launch, 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 launch. Wait a minute, that says Lynch.
Now, the toughest part was choosing the right paint option. The Ultra Red is still one of my favorites, but my wife is not a fan. So we went with the middle ground of the $2,000 Quicksilver option, which I still feel suits the car really well.
Why? Just take a look at all the body lines. How athletic it looks over here. And it runs across the side. Look at this. Whoop. And then the rear as well, it continues. Look at this. Amazing. Not only does it look good, but it hides dirt really well. I bet you didn't see this. It's been there the entire time.
The look of the new headlights has a commanding presence on the road. I appreciate how futuristic they look, and trust me, it draws a lot of stares if that's something you're into.
And I love the new adaptive headlights because it only shines light in certain areas, so it doesn't blind oncoming traffic like cars or cyclists if you care about them. Now, unfortunately, the frunk hasn't changed. It's still a manual frunk. However, there are some slight differences to find. Come on over. You'll see here, this mat right here is actually from my old Model Y, and you'll see it doesn't exactly fit as well. So there's only one thing left to do. Let's see how well I fit inside. And then my wife can close the frunk. Ooh, that was a definition of not smooth, but it feels similar. Oh, I think so. I think it's more or less the same. I think the width and the length might be slightly different on the old Model Y, but me fitting in pretty close to the other one. Okay, the difference is the windshield washer has moved from here to here, which makes it a lot more easier to access and pour. Magical key, but it's not a key to Elon's house. It's actually just used to tow your Tesla. The area where you tow is not here anymore. It's been moved over here instead. And you may be like, wow, what a snooze fest. It's the same frunk. You would be wrong. If you come over here, there's actually a drain plug that you can remove. And there's actually a hole where water or ice can be drained. So let's do a little test. Let's take this water and let's see where the water actually drains. Now, what are some differences on the side of this new Model Y? There's more than you think. For example, over here, there's new hardware for cameras that not only provide richer color, then provide a better full self-driving experience. I'll touch on that a little bit more later. Down here, you do get mud flaps, but keep in mind, you only get that if you get the launch series, otherwise it is extra. And over here, you'll notice the side mirrors are not the same. There's actually a little insert here that makes it look a little more athletic, gives it a cool, sleek look. And we went with the 20-inch helix wheels because if you get the launch series, that's included. But if you were to purchase it without the launch series, it's an extra $2,000 charge. But would I recommend it? Absolutely not. I would much rather get the 19-inch cross-flow wheels. And the reason why we got this is the only launch series that was left in the inventory. And on the side here, the handles have not changed. You still have to push it in and pull it out to sit inside. This doesn't change either. You still get a film for any rocks or debris that fly here and causes chips in the paint here. Guys, it's time to admit a shameful moment. I can't believe this has happened to me only 1 month in, but I've managed to scrape my Tesla rims. Yes, it's happened again, ladies and gentlemen. It's pretty bad this time. Look at this. It's like a little animal came in and chewed up the rim. So stay tuned. I will be adding some rim covers to block it because I'm not a fan of the chrome anyway. So that's why I destroyed it.
Now the headlights are nice and they certainly draw attention, but I'm even a bigger fan of the rear. The indirect light bar leaves an afterglow as you drive along and it looks even better at night.
The Tesla logo is no longer there. The Tesla is actually written now, and the rear camera positioning is a little bit hard this time. There is no rear camera washer, so you have to go in like a peasant and wipe it yourself. Unbelievable. Now, if you get the launch series, your dual motor badging will be on the left side, and you'll also get this cool badge of a glowing light and a bunch of lines shining on it. You know, people always asking, what the hell does that badge mean? I tell them the launch series, they're like, okay, cool. But if you get the non-launch, the dual motor badge moves over here. And you'll also notice the license plate has moved as well. And I like the positioning because it's not dead center for everyone to see. It's more out of the way. And the rear diffuser itself looks a lot more aggressive.
Time now for 5 cool features in the new Model Y that the old one didn't have.
Number 1, ambient lighting.
Number 2, the auto trunk, which opens if you have a phone in your pocket. Just don't stand around behind it at the wrong time.
How you doing? How you doing?
Number 3, an improved suspension, which allows you to feel the speed bumps a whole lot less. Number 4, a blind spot light, which not only activates when driving, but also when a car or a cyclist is passing by when you're parked.
This new front bumper camera that actually helps you park when you get too close to the curb. And guess what? It actually comes with a washer, so you don't have to go in and wipe it like a peasant. Now we decided to go with the extra cost of the 1000 black and white interior. Just look at this. And these seats are very nice, but I must say they are a bit firmer. So if you're into that, that's great. But if you're not, you will find a little bit stiffer. In my opinion, the previous seats were a little bit softer. It could be the fact that those were more broken in, but very minor difference, so nothing to be concerned about. They also are perforated, which means they are cooled. And let me tell you, I didn't really think much of this, but when you start using the cooled seats in the summer, oh my goodness, it's a game changer. You do get this light material that is, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a felt-like material. Now, if you get the black interior, you get a suede material. This doesn't feel like suede. This pattern continues like it did in the rear, and it continues down here, but I'll touch on this in a second. Now, in terms of differences of the door itself, now if I close this, the thud feels a little more premium. So if you're into that, you'll get that premium feel. And then the windows, these are double paned. You can see over here, which helps with cabin noise, makes it a lot quieter. And you'll see that the rear is also double pane as well. There's also more changes in the interior side as well, right? So over here, you see a lot more premium looking speaker grille. I think this looks very nice. ASMR, baby. And then this felt material that we had over here continues on this door as well. Look at the contrast in colors. You have the ambient lighting, the new felt material, the speaker. Now the same vegan material on the seats continues on the door itself. Now let's see everything that's new with the steering wheel. There's actually a bunch of changes that are happening here. The Tesla T logo is gone and the Tesla is actually written out. The honk is still there, and there's actually a little thumb insert for you to enjoy when you're actually driving the car. So you can see this insert's a lot deeper, and as you can see, there's a lot more buttons here. It's less simplistic. So you can see that over here, actually with the windshield washer here. So if I hold this, and over here is actually used for your high beams, but you can use this for your high beams. I have to always remember this when I'm using my high beam, if I hit this. And over here, we have the voice control that's still the same. Hey Tesla, open butthole. And it opens that in the back. And then lastly, the big change is this new camera button that you can click here, and you can see this is the front, and this was the windshield washer that I was demonstrating before. Your side cameras are here, left or right. Swipe up, here's the rear camera as well. So look at this guy. You can even see this guy testing out his boxing skills. What would you rate it? There's a left stalk that is strictly used for the indicator. And I push this down, it turns left, and then obviously opposite, right. And you can see the camera, same here. You can actually move it around so you can customize it based on your preference. But you'll see there's no right stalk here. When I press the brake down, you actually have the slider for moving up to drive, back to reverse, and hold to park. And then to be honest, at first I was really annoyed at the fact that they removed it. But let me introduce you to auto shift.
Now to initiate auto shift, you do have to put your Tesla in reverse first so it knows that you're trying to park or do a 3-point turn. Now here's the cool part. It'll automatically change it to drive or reverse once you hit the brake and turn the steering wheel.
Now one issue I have with my delivery is the glove box doesn't actually open. So when I go here and I go to controls, check this out. It's like stuck. I hit this, look at this, it's not opening, which is why this tag hasn't been removed. So what I've heard, apparently I'm not alone in this, pry it down, and then it opens. Has a little hack for you to open your glove box. A lot smaller, I gotta be honest. Has a very strong magnetic force to it, so it clicks in quite well. Inside, you'll find your new manual for your new Model Y, and look at all the, I thought that was a design, look at all the furries in there. What the hell? That's why I hate this material. And then deep inside, I don't know if you can see that, there's a USB drive for you to record all your dash cam and Sentry mode footage. Now, I actually saved this moment for you guys, but I still haven't removed this screen cover. Get ready for some ASMR. Now let's take a look at the display screen. Now in terms of the size itself, it's still the same. However, the bezels are a little bit thinner this time, making it appear a little bit more modern. And you see those little icons have been updated as well to reflect the design of the new Model Y. Move this around, and you actually change the color as well. You can get a good overview of what the Model Y looks like just by swinging this around, just to show your friends inside how it looks. Now in terms of what's new, really it's just the dynamics, right? So it's like in terms of the acceleration, it's now chill or sport. If you have the non-launch, this will be a standard, and deceleration options are reduced and standard, which would most likely maximize the amount of power that the regen braking is delivering to the battery. But the auto shift, that's been a huge game changer. I have set to on. And then in terms of seats, you can move them up and down over here as well, and you can also control this seat. So this is really handy. Let's just say you're carrying something in your arms, you can place it here and you can adjust it. Let's just say there's not enough room here. You can create more floor space to do that.
Now you still get 2 wireless phone chargers, and I actually find these 2 new chargers to be a lot stronger, charging our batteries quicker.
There's also changes here. It just feels a lot more premium. It's very well put together. There's no squeaks. Wait for it. And with double drawers, that one you push forward, there's still a pit here as well. There's also a 12-volt power socket in the front, which the previous one had a USB-C. And the cool thing is, because there's 2 drawers, you can pick and choose what you want open. So you can push this drawer back for your cup holders. And the new thing is, they've actually added grips. Now, if I take this very nice, shiny pink bottle, I can actually place it here. You can see it actually has a grip, and it's very firm. It doesn't wobble around. And when it comes to storage, if I lift this, there's one USB-C port. It's been moved over here. Let's see how deep my arm extends. Just about to the point of my elbow. And then you can store a bunch of things here. Boom, boom, boom. Now, everyone always thinks I'm 6'2". Guys, I'm only 5'9". I have to be a lot taller for me to touch the panel roof over here. Now, a lot of people miss this, but in the rear, you also get this little light to shine in this area. And this thing right here is actually a hook that you can use to hang your jackets or anything like that to prevent any wrinkles, because who likes wrinkles? And your rear passengers now get a rear screen. You can actually control the flow of where the air moves, which is pretty cool. You can control the fan speed. You can change the seats. If no one's sitting in the front, you can actually move it up and down as well. And then over here, you can control the music as well. Oh my gosh, is that Jay Shetty? Oh, not sure why anyone would listen to him. Over here, we have media control for Netflix, YouTube, and things like that. And gaming to distract your kids. Now, the caveat is, in this generation of iPad kids, do you actually think they'll use their rear screen for entertainment? Like, I doubt if a kid's sitting here, they'd be like, let me take a look at this media. I doubt it. And then maybe even maybe the middle guy, but typically, what's more comfortable, doing this, and simply using an iPad or your phone to have a grand time? Now, the good news is there's still 2 USB-C ports in the back for your kids to go wild on their iPads and make sure they are charged. Now, these rear seats are still very, very comfortable, and you can actually recline them, which many people don't know about. But the difference is, before you had to use like a latch to recline them, but now you actually use this button down here. Ooh, that's comfortable. Tesla's actually added an infrared reflective coating that rejects 7 times more energy, which should help with the heat rejection. It still gets really, really hot in here because we don't have a sunroof, so I'd still recommend an aftermarket sunroof that I'll link in the description. My windows are not tinted yet, so that is also playing a huge role, so I'll be getting them tinted shortly.
Time now for 5 annoying things about the new Model Y. Number 1, poor rear visibility. Since the rear windshield sits at a 45-degree angle, the rear visibility has not improved. Number 2, you will need aftermarket mats because Tesla provides you some flimsy looking ones that tend to attract dirt. I'll link some cool ones in the description. Number 3, I still am not a fan of the fact that the light bar in the front is disconnected. Why couldn't they made it connected like the Cybertruck or the Cybercab? Number 4, a major one. A lot of people were expecting a faster charging speed, but guess what? The new Model Y still charges at 250 kilowatt max charging speed. And number 5, even though they included the auto shift, nothing beats the OG stock on the old Model Y to change your drive select.
Now, my favorite use of FSD is for moments like this, when there's a ton of traffic and you're pretty much in a stop and go situation. Click this right scroll wheel, it's no longer the stock anymore, so I hit it and then FSD gets enabled. I have it set to standard, and this, let me tell you, for road trips and any long drives, this makes your life so much easier because I no longer have to touch the steering wheel. It will not nag you to do that anymore, and I can just sit back and relax. This is the good life, baby.
Now, does it feel like the old Model Y? Sure, but an elevated version. And elevation means improvement, which is something people look for when upgrading. But one thing is clear after 1 month. This upgrade is well worth it and is more than merely cosmetic. Now, if you want a more detailed comparison of the old and new Model Y, watch this video.